Welcome to the Pure Energy Healing Academy. Welcome to Mark Bajerski YouTube channel. It's a beautiful day to talk about health, well-being, mind, body and spirit. Most of us don't really align or are balanced with mind, body and spirit. We either do one, two of them, or none at all. Very rarely we balance or align to all of those three beautiful energies. And it's almost like programmed out of us. It's true. So we only focus on what we think we can focus on, which is one thing. Well, we all know that everything's multi-dimensional, so there's so many things going on at any given moment. Why is it that when we look upon ourselves that we only focus on one thing? It's true, we do. Very rarely we focus on two things, especially when we're doing self-healing. We tend to focus on one area when, as a true healer, we can focus on many areas at once. When we focus on a thought, we focus on just one thought, not many thoughts at the same time. And yet we can, in the sense of, who do I send healing to? To my mum, and that's it. Well, how about sending healing to your mum and your dad? Or so on. Very rare that healers, that anybody actually does that. But it's fascinating, because when you realize that we leave this bodysuit, this spacesuit, and we are consciousness, we can be 1,000 places at once. We can just simply be aware of many things at once. And it's very hard to understand that, but the consciousness can actually really do that when we allow the consciousness to be in control of the spacesuit. Unfortunately, nowadays, we're poisoned, we're hijacked, we're bombarded with negativity and fear, and we're told every day that we're simply not good enough, or so on and so on. When in fact, when we study ancient texts and knowledge, and we understand, when we go inside and start listening, that there isn't really any limitations other than the limitations we feed ourselves, or we believe ourselves, or we are programmed to believe. There is no limitations. Limitations are just simply the mind setting barriers, or a kind of block to not being able to move forward. I'll give you a great example. My first mentor told me, everything, and I mean everything, that you do from here on, you must question. And I did. I questioned everything. I questioned when I was healing, I was questioning when I was meditating, I was questioning when I was giving one-to-one sessions, I was questioning all the time. And then one day I was sat comfortably in a meditation, and for some reason something touched me on my shoulder, which often happened, and it went like this, and it almost feels like this is my muscle, but it isn't. It's spirit. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. That was a black Mias fly. They're about that big. Just come to the window. So, distracting me, are you? He's here now. Can you see him? There, look. Look, he's here. It's gone. Yeah, you can't see it. I'm sure you didn't see it, but yes, interesting. So, why do you do that, Mark? I don't know. So, I think I was about 9 months. It was roughly 9 months, 8 or 9 months into doing healings and psychic work, if you want to call it that. And I was meditating in my little tiny room, and I got this like touch here, and it was profound. It was a moment that, you know, it's them penny drop moments where you just realize something. And I realized as I was meditating, I'd got this constant reminder of my first mentor saying, question everything, question everything. And I did. I used to write everything down. That was questioning, of course it was. Write it all down. This move, leg move, that, this person cried straight away, this happened, that happened. You know, why did this happen? Why did that? It's like writing everything down. Of course, none of it made any sense. There was no real strong pattern or any evidence at all that, you know, we're all the same, which we're not. We're all completely different. So this questioning idea just suddenly came to me like, why are you always questioning, Mark? And I thought, there's only one reason why I'm questioning. And what's that? My mentor. she basically told me to question. And I had put her on a pedestal. And it was like that penny drop moment where she's not your mentor, in the sense of she's not your guide, in the sense of your guide is internal. It's you. These people are only here to share their experience, but they don't know, just like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you what to do. Only you know what's good for you along your journey. But sometimes it's hard to see inside. Remember the three, the mind, body and spirit balance? It's hard to see when it's so close. And sometimes people who step back and look at you can see much more clearly than you because it's too close, if you know what I mean. But this penny drop moment was like, my God. And I remember getting up off my seat, getting hold of the books that I'd written down. There was 3 of them, and threw them in the bin. And I realized I made a conscious decision, and it was like going up to somebody and saying, okay, that's it, this is what I'm going to do from now on, and shake their hand as an agreement. So it was like an internal agreement. I would never question again. Well, if I could spend a week or 2 weeks telling you what happened thereafter, the change in my life and the amount of internal energy, the light, the channeling, the magic that happened, it was so obvious that I held myself back by a belief system of a mentor. So my mentor was not happy. However, all my customers were overjoyed because the amount of healing that took place from that moment on, the amount of accuracy within the readings and with the healings and what I had picked up had got so powerful and so big that it was being spread around the world, Costa del Sol especially, and then Portugal, then France, and so on. People were coming to me because what was being done was great healing at the time. And I'm not bragging, I'm just telling you the truth. I was really busy. And there was some good work being done. Why is that? Because I stopped limiting myself to the fact that there is no limits to energy. There is no limits to love. There's no limits to healing. There's no limits to seeing our future. There's no limits to the intuition, the guidance, the third eye, the chi, the prana, whatever you want to call it. There's no limits to magic. There's no limits to healing. So this is one of the things that I share with you today as a reminder to yourself that you can be balanced, mind, body, and spirit. It's a case of having the courage and the new day of unlearning what you were programmed, having the courage to break free from old patterns, having the strength to believe in yourself. So when you are of mind, body and spirit, the Holy Trinity, or whatever you want to call it, it means that you are in line, in alignment to everything that is. So today might be a really good day for you to sit down and think about what it is within you that was programmed by a mentor, a teacher, a guide, a mother, a father, a practice, a religion, a dogma, whatever you want to call it. What is it that holds you back? And this is something not many people talk about, not many teachers talk about. In the Pure Energy Healing Academy, we teach never ever tell somebody what they should and shouldn't do. However, we do guide people to follow their instinct, their truth, their power. We encourage people to believe in the power within and that there is no limits, that you are and always will be the most powerful healer that you've always been. It's simply chipping away at the sculpture to reveal the most amazing soul that you are. Every single day we're poisoned, bombarded by negativity that just It kills the soul. It kills the spirit. It kills the physical. It kills the emotional. It really does. Somebody asked me the other day, how did you get to the point where you are? And it was a friend who I've known for years. And I said, I didn't know who I was before. I was so busy chasing my tail. And I said, and healing came into my life. And he laughed and he said, what do you mean? And I said, I guess the other word for healing is time for myself. Time to be able to look at myself, and day by day I realized I was becoming stronger to be able to see who I didn't like in the mirror and what I needed to change my life. And the direction was always in the direction of self-healing, learning, healing, how to heal. And that was really the core of my healing. Learn to heal. For learning to heal others, you learn to heal yourself. Everything that you are channeling as a healer to heal somebody else has to always go through you to get to your client. Therefore, you will feel the healing process of any client who comes. Therefore, I cleared my irritable bowel syndrome, which the doctors said would be with me for the rest of my life. I cleared my corroded back, which they said I would have to take medicine for the rest of my life. I have all these on medical records. In fact, my records were so big. Dr. Martin in Crossland Moor, Huddersfield, I don't know if she's there or not. I remember her once saying, wow, you've got a big portfolio here. And I laughed and I went, yeah, not so funny. Not so funny after taking the tablets that I took. Not so funny having barium meals and all of the machines that I went on to, all the fingers up my back passage to try and find if there was cancer, if what was wrong with me, which they couldn't find, of course. Why? Because I was out of balance. Totally out of balance. But I didn't realize I was out of balance because nobody told me. There was no mentors or teachers to tell me. There was only a man in a white coat or a woman in a white coat to tell me. To tell me what? To tell me that we don't know what's wrong with you. We can't find anything. So shut up and stop moaning, but just keep taking the tablets. There came a point in my life I realized I couldn't continue this. I was going to die. I was living in constant pain. Irritable bowel syndrome, if you've ever had it in the sense of severe, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's no life. Well, I had that from 12 years on. So healing is the only way forward. So it's funny how I got to the stage where I sit down in front of groups of people all over the world, whether it's online or radio shows, and every time somebody asks me, what's the secret? What's the secret to your happiness? What's the secret to your health? I keep saying become a healer. No matter where you are in the world, find a good teacher and become a healer. And thus I created the 4-day Pure Energy Healing Academy. I created a healing technique through my life path and how I healed, and everything that I share with all the participants that come online to learn through the videos that I share on these 4-day courses. Life does change. It helps. It opens them up. And then they realize that, wow, it was a good beginning to heal my life. How else are you going to learn? How else are you going to understand this? So it became evident that I needed to create this 4-day course in pure energy healing, because that was the steps to the alignment, to the balance, both mind, body and spirit. So here we are today, and I've got to give a huge big thank you to every single soul this week and last week who got their certificates online. You are now pure energy healers, and you are now one step closer to becoming the most powerful healer that you already are. You are now on your new journey. So you'll learn more each day. You'll feel, you'll understand, you'll digest, and you will experience. And through that experience, you'll grow stronger, just like I did. And every day is a constant. So you never stop learning. You'll fall, but you'll get back up because you've got the tools. You'll understand things more before they escalate and become bigger and bigger into something that could be dis-ease. So you stop that quickly. You learn to manage your physical, and you prolong that life in a happy way through all the tools that I share with you on this 4-day course. So very shortly, I think next Saturday, for all the people who completed the 4-day Pure Energy Healing course, well done, because we're having a live together and we're going to have a great chat and we're going to talk about your experience and hopefully share amongst all of us what we've learned and how we can continue to grow as pure energy healers. We never stop. We're not like a hairdresser who says, I don't need to learn anything anymore, because that's when it all falls down and goes belly up. We never stop learning as pure energy healers. We keep growing daily and we keep learning. And that's part of the cycle of life. It never stops. It continues, but in different ways. It expands. Just like the breath, in and out. So if you don't know, please go to the pureenergyhealingacademy.com and check out the link. This will be private for only those who are pure energy healers now and who are certified practitioners. So I'll see you there on Saturday. This should be an amazing chat and Q&A. We're trying to get Layla Sati over here at the same time, so fingers crossed. And for you guys who have watched this video now and thought this sounds really quite interesting and I can feel what he's saying, there's some truth, I feel the truth if there is, then let me tell you something. The Pure Energy Healing course here for 4 days was normally €800. That was for 4 days. We created a course online, the most professional course, all on video, so it feels like you're sat there with us. You take that 4-day course and then you can follow on and take the next course, which is, we only have 2 courses, the Pure Energy Crystal course. So you'll learn how to use crystals and work with them. Fantastic and fascinating. These 2 courses together, if you were here to take both courses, which many people did from around the world, would have cost €1,600. Right now, those 2 courses are €404. £404. But at this moment still, if you book both courses together, you will also receive a Pure Energy Healing pendant to the value of anywhere between 100 and 150. You'll also receive one chosen oil that I'll pick for you out of the 10 oils, and a packet of cleansing negative energy sticks, and they'll all come to you by DHL. And both courses. It's a fantastic opportunity. If you just want to take one course, it's now down to $275. So this is an amazing opportunity, and people are jumping onto it now and are very much appreciating this course. And I'm so glad we're able to do this for everybody. I think it's time that we all started to take responsibility for our life. And if there's one thing we can do, is find a course that fits for you, that feels right, and learn how to heal. I'm wishing you all a lovely day, guys. I really am. And if you do become part of the Pure Energy Healing family, then right now I welcome you, and I welcome all the new practitioners who have just passed, who have just received that beautiful certificate. But remember, you're far more than a certificate. No limits. Be the most amazing healer that you already are. Have a great day. I'll get back to work with working on crystals, incense and oils. Have a beautiful day. Don't forget, guys, it's a great offer. I'll link it below, and I'll see all of you who have passed the Pure Energy Healing course this week and last week. I'll see you all on Saturday for a private Zoom one-to-one with all of us chatting, and I can't wait to hear your experience through the healing process. Take care. Bye for now. I'll get back to work.